Welcome. If your mind feels busy right now, that's okay. You don't need to stop your thoughts. You don't need to make them quiet. There's nothing wrong with thinking, and nothing you need to fix. Tonight is not about controlling the mind. It's about resting without getting involved. Thoughts can be present without needing your attention. You don't need to follow them. You don't need to solve them. You don't need to reach conclusions. The mind can stay active without pulling you with it. For now, you can allow yourself to step back, to observe without engaging. You don't need to listen closely. You don't need to remember anything. Simply allowing the sound of my voice to be present is enough. The body does not need to stay alert. Breathing can remain slow and natural. There is no need to guide it. You are not trying to fall asleep. You are simply allowing the mind to loosen its grip, gently and naturally, as rest begins to feel more available. You don't need to stop thinking. Thoughts don't need to disappear. They don't need to slow down. They don't need to change. They can move freely without involvement. You are not required to engage with them. They don't need your attention. They don't need your energy. They can pass through on their own. The mind can remain active while you remain at rest. Thoughts can be present without being personal. They can feel distant, less urgent, less demanding. You don't need to follow where they lead. You don't need to finish them. You don't need to reach the end. They can begin and then fade without effort. Breathing can continue at its own pace. There is nothing to guide or adjust. The body already knows how to rest. The nervous system does not need to stay alert. Nothing is required of you. Nothing needs to be decided. Nothing needs to be checked. The mind does not need to be on duty. It can begin to step back. Thoughts may still appear, but they can feel less close, more like background noise, present, but not engaging. You don't need to listen closely. You don't need to respond. They can come and go without pulling you along. You can rest even while thinking. Rest does not require a quiet mind. It only requires less involvement. The space around thoughts can begin to widen, little by little, without effort, without intention. Thoughts may feel further away, less connected to you. They don't need to make sense. They don't need to be organized. They don't need to resolve. You are not missing anything by resting now. nothing important will be lost. The body can feel heavier, more supported. The mind can feel less involved. And even if thoughts continue, you don't need to notice when they fade. Rest can deepen on its own. Sleep can arrive without effort as the mind continues to loosen in its own time. You don't need to stay aware. You don't need to listen closely. The mind can continue to drift. Thoughts can remain in the background. You don't need to follow them. You don't need to notice anything else. The sound of my voice can begin to fade. There is no need to stay awake. Rest can deepen naturally. And sleep can arrive without effort as everything continues to soften on its own.